Just did a new 9-minute video, kind of ranty, kind of not. So I'm just gonna, like, for the people who are just on that surface level, get and go, whatever type of shit, because obviously people are like working, like the whole fucking mission from the spiritual predecessors. It's not just a mission of truth, it's and balance. It's like, wanting to fucking respect other people's, yada yada, like boundaries pretty much. And obviously respecting other people's boundaries, there could be a bunch of wars within that, a bunch of lessons learned from that, and a bunch of quote unquote battles still being fought, not knowing what someone else is going through. And I'm not trying to explain, not trying to go like, and obviously being careful with where you're taking the conversation, being mindful, obviously, right? Because if you say a certain thing, it could turn off someone, but if you hold by it, it's because you're comfortable with your intention, right? So like, I just did a new 9, and I'm not gonna like, there'll be a time where, particular underground fans or whatever, or like, resonant family members, to transcend even that word fans, because obviously the etymology could be like, think, and who's to say if, like, who's to say if anybody is a fan of me? It's not to say that there is or isn't. It's to say that there's a filter of, there's a filter of just kind of like, not truth, So the point of this video is, now I'm not even gonna post this video either, because just the way it came out is because I have a certain, what do you call that? I have a certain expectation of myself to know, what I'm sharing. And the recent underground video, the point of that video was just saying, like, how it's just explaining how we're just like, how the path is just really misinterpreted. And whoever is like fostering in the real intelligence, that is the mental savior that kind of like links up to, like, the whole homeostasis shit, of how, like, you're like like a quote unquote complete being, end quote, right? Or not, so it's kind of like, kind of quote unquote finicky, end quote, how you could go in different ways to go towards some type of quote unquote completion, or how you could just go the opposite direction of that, and it's funny that it's actually like, it's a low-key serious, the particular insight. And if the particular insight is not recognized of how serious it is, then the experiment will be what it is. Things were what they were in the past, and for us to grow out of those challenges, that's what it is. And like, what, and anybody, and who's to say that, who's to say how karma really works? Like, oh, I'm sending these thoughts to you, I want to do these intentions to you, now the universe is going to return that. Who knows how that accurately works? Obviously, because obviously the thoughts, they're there. Certain shadows are pumping certain thoughts into you, like, oh, we're going to get a one-up on this guy, we're going to harm this guy in a certain way. But that could only be, that's not necessarily a reality within the real God matrix universe, right? So pretty much that's a swift one. And it's going beyond, it's transcending like the rhetoric too, because I don't really like, what's ironic about me, I don't really like talking. I'm sharing it for the people who resonate. And you don't have to call them fans, people who resonate, they understand, and they want to take, there's a different tier of just being casual listeners, and people who actually want to for real build on some real quote unquote, like, resonant type of shit, balanced type of shit. Doesn't have to be like spiritual family, but like it could be like, but within the professional setting, it kind of quote unquote could turn into that, right? So this is like, this is some particular shit. I just did a recent 9, and I'll just save that for the underground because it's a little ranty, but it's not necessarily ranty. So I just wanted to post this one. Yeah, and I also did like a mini rap in that last one. So.